Okay, so when you are working on your own isolation and withdrawal strategy, set aside time to really begin exploring your boundaries around your personal needs and values. This is like foundational work, right? Most of us don't know what we need. We know what we don't want or what we don't need, but when our needs are unmet, it causes a lot of interpersonal problems, right? So our relationships with our significant others, our friends, our family, you name it, right? So asking yourself when you find yourself upset in those relationships, what do I need in this moment that would make me feel better? Right. And really looking at, what those specific needs are. I like to use Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I have a couple blogs on my website. If you go to the blog and then click the topic boundaries, the link is in my bio for you. But it'll walk you through identifying your needs, identifying your values, and setting boundaries around that, right? So that way, when you do open up to other people and they aren't receiving you well, you can set that boundary. This is not okay. I need respect and transparency in my relationships. And it feels like you're mocking me. It feels like you're making fun of me. And I will not tolerate that. And it gives you those tools to be able to communicate that with other people. And then once you've communicated that, they have the opportunity to respond and make adjustments and choose to maintain this relationship or walk away, right? If they can't honor that boundary, then that's your sign that they need to be pulled from your garden. That plant doesn't serve you anymore, right? And so as you start to really work through those boundaries and identify those needs and values, you can then start to reflect on each one of your connections with other people. And the boundaries blog does walk through that. I call it levels of intimacy, right? So going from stranger to acquaintance to friend to close friend to family, people that are like family, and then your significant other, right? And the more that relationship develops, they should move closer to the center, which is you and who you are and getting to know who you are, right? And so you can reflect on those connections with others and use those levels of intimacy to figure out at what point you're comfortable with people knowing you and who you are, and what aspects of your life and self you're comfortable with them having access to. And that's super helpful. And it'll give you a lot more confidence when it comes to that fear of judgment or my fellow ADHDers that like to just, verbally dump. Here's who I am. Here's my whole life story. It'll help you kind of rein that in and judge how much somebody gets to know you, right? And then the last thing is notice how the fear of rejection and fear of getting hurt has held you back in the past from forming deeper bonds with others. That gives us the opportunity to look and explore even further. So those are the 3 things that you can start to do to help yourself remove those old isolation and withdrawal strategies.